Hey, so I'm driving, so I'm not going to actually look at the camera very much. But here goes. So Jeff got a little pamphlet in the mail just a little while ago that said that people could actually live after death. So talking about the Christian, and I believe, I'm not sure what the pamphlet says. Can the dead really live again? My first thought was, sure, we have the ability to do that. We have the ability to clone somebody, to recreate the same genetic person. And then I was like, well, should we? Should we actually do that? And would it actually be the same person? And the answer is no, because what makes up a person? A person is made up of their experiences, their choices. We know that from people that have gotten dementia, that those people are, those people are no longer the same. If you've had children, then you also know that that they aren't the same. The child that you had when they were 4 years old is not the child that you have when they're 13. Life changes us. Our decisions and what we do with that life changes us. So even if you could bring somebody back from the dead, would they be the same? And my answer is no. It still wouldn't be the same person. They would have that experience, or they would have a different experience of what they had been through. And then I started thinking about how parents kiss their children goodnight and read them a story, and how we somehow instinctively know that when we put our children to bed at night and they go through those 4 or 5 dreams, that they're going through experiences that change them overnight. And literally they wake up with a new set of experiences that we don't get to actually participate in. Their bodies participate in them, but even they don't know what they've been participating in overnight. They don't know how that changes them. They don't have the memory of those dreams a lot of times, and so they literally change overnight, and even they don't know why they change. And I think that it's so important to realize that when you put your children to bed, that you are literally sending them off to another world, and multiple worlds, because they have more than one dream per night, that you are literally kissing them goodbye, and that you're not going to be there in those dreams, or at least we don't think that we are. Maybe our spirits are in some way there with them. But it's so important to send them off to bed in a way that they are capable and ready to handle whatever it is those dreams put them through. And to let them know that you are there, and that you will be there when they wake up, and that whoever they are, whoever they become, that you will love them and take care of them and still have the same relationship with them, no matter what goes on in their heads. And I think that there is a scary part of that for children and for adults, as they see their children change and grow and become literally new human beings. Preparing them to be able to deal with whatever it is that's thrown their way. And we forget that preparing our children to deal with whatever's thrown their way is our job. It is a full-time job. It is a 24/7 job. And you can't do it if you don't have the time to do it. And it does take work. It does take sitting down with your children and talking about things, bringing up things that maybe are a little uncomfortable for most people to talk about. and using what's in the environment and what your child is going through and being very attentive. You know, if you're a single mom, I realize you have to work, but you can work from home. There are so many jobs that you can do from your living room, from your kitchen. And yeah, sure, you might not be 100% attentive to that child, but you're there watching. You're there actually being a part of their lives. You still have a responsibility to raise those children. If you plan on bringing children into the world, you need to be responsible. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're completely doing it wrong, but yeah, I'm sitting here telling you you're completely doing it wrong, guys. If you are out there and both parents are working and you've got children at home that you're putting in daycare or you're putting, you know, in somebody else's laps, you're doing it wrong. We gave you the template. You know, the world gave you the template on how this works the best way. You know what it is. You know. You absolutely know. So do not tell me that you didn't know that it was going to go hanky if you didn't do it that way. Because we told you it was going to go hanky if you didn't do it that way. And you did it that way. So it seems like you're doing it on purpose, you know, to actually create hanky. In fact, I would say that everything that we told you not to do, you're doing. So, you know, I'm saying I think you're doing it on purpose. I think you're messing up the world on purpose. I think it's no longer we didn't know that it was going to go hanky if we did this. I think you're doing it quite on purpose. And here's the strange thing. You're doing it to yourselves. You're doing it to yourselves. Like, seriously, you're going hanky on purpose. You're doing it to yourselves. You're the ones that put all of these tattoo shows on TV. You're the ones that's putting all of these shooter stuff on TV. You're the ones that putting 24 hours, 24/7 news shows about serial killers and people getting killed in the woods and boyfriends killing each other and moms and dads killing their 5 kids. And you're plastering that on TV 24/7. You're doing it to yourselves. We told you what would happen if you did it. We told you it would go bad. And you're doing it to yourselves on purpose. Now don't tell me you didn't know. Don't tell me you didn't know. You knew. And you still know. They did experiments on people to show what would happen if they did that to them. And it didn't come out so well. So you tell me. You tell me, why did you think that they had a psychologist that had to review every single show before it was aired on TV? You tell me why they did that. Why did they do that? Huh? Why do you think they did that? Is that what you're trying to figure out? Oh, well, we'll do it wrong and see why they were trying to do that? We'll do it wrong so we know why they did that to begin with? What did they know? What did they know? Huh? What do you think they knew? What do you think they knew? They knew something. Guess what? They knew what this was going to happen.